And as far as the handwritten will is concerned, that my father wrote, leaving the entire estate, the property, and all the artwork to me, and the video will that he made with witnesses, um, I will fight that as best as I possibly could, and utilize the best lawyer and all my assets to honor my dad's last wishes. And I won't let any type of clouded judgment, uh, uh, interfere with the judge's sound decision on that. If it means, requesting a new judge, a new lawyer, I'll do that. But I'm having faith in the justice system. I'm having faith in the judge to do the right thing, and to recognize the extenuating circumstances surrounding this situation, and to take into consideration my brother's extensive criminal past and criminal history and abuse towards my father, and the pandemic, and the fact that the toner was broken, that we were out of paper, that my dad was a cancer patient going back and forth to the hospital, and the fact that his friends and family are also willing to testify that it was my dad's intentions to exclude my brother and to leave everything to me for a reason, and for good reason. Okay? That's a valid handwritten will. That's his handwriting. And I will give everything I got to respect that, because my dad didn't want me to lose this house or be forced to sell it or have my brother ruin anything else, and just run me into the ground. We worked hard. My mother and father worked very hard for this house. I did everything I could to repair it, and this is my home, and Andreas has done everything he possibly could to take that away from my dad, including forcing him to refinance it and lose his entire life savings, and struggle to the point where he was continually having car problems and had to fix old beaten down cars, and asking me to quit my job to take care of him continually, making my life for the past 20 years primarily focused on taking care of my father. I've had to take family medical leave out. I will contact the absolute best attorneys that I worked with when I worked with at Bloomberg LP, and I will contact the best attorneys that I've spoken to regarding lawsuits that were involved with suing Bloomberg LP for unpaid overtime. I will reach out to attorney Charles Glasser, and spend every last dime I have to protect this house from being forcibly sold by my brother, because he doesn't want to sign a waiver, or because somebody seems to think that that will is not valid, or that those were not the intentions of my dad. My dad wrote that handwritten will and left me the house and everything to me for a reason. Okay, he left the artwork so I can protect it. I had promised my dad that I would never sell the very large paintings, that they would only be on loan to a museum. We had a lot of discussions about how I was going to manage the artwork. Okay, and my brother has absolutely no right to contest it. That is an absolute sin and evil on his part to prohibit this matter, this estate matter, and this surrogate issue from proceeding along more smoothly and in a more timely manner, to make it go to trial or have a hearing. That's just abusive. And, I seriously hope that the judge understands this and recognizes the fact that my brother committed perjury and lied to the judge, saying that he lived here and had the police forcibly vacate me here. Which I went back the next day and said, "No, Judge, this is where I've been living. This is my house. This is my home. I've been taking care of my dad. Andreas hasn't been living here. Andreas was evicted here twice, by the same judge, by the same court." So I sincerely hope that the judge understands that there was a pandemic, and it made it very difficult for my dad to dot all the I's and cross all the T's and do the formal printed out will thing. But that's very much his will, his handwriting, his intentions. And that's very much my dad in the video saying he's leaving the house to me. Okay? That's very much Pete O'Connell, and it's very much Deborah Bell emailing back and forth with my dad. And there's quite a number of other family friends that can testify to the fact that what my dad wrote in the handwritten will is what my dad wanted. Okay? Thank you.